One of the most exciting things about Baylor for me was that the basic science labs interacted with those labs that were more translational. And so I felt like I could be involved in research that would span from basic to bedside. We actually in my lab do a lot of interaction with the Baylor Breast Center, which sees patients from the medical center. And then we also interact with MD Anderson a lot. And so the patients that we get to interact with and their samples, as well as the technology that's around the med center, has been wildly impactful in my research. We've used a lot of the core technologies here at Baylor, and so those are facilities where they have access to equipment that's much more expensive or requires expertise that you wouldn't have in your normal lab. And so in doing that, you can ask bigger questions, and so your papers can kind of stretch from one area of research into many others, and you have those experts within the walls of Baylor to help you push that forward. The culture at Baylor is incredibly collaborative and supportive. I've never been turned down by another student or even a professor to just sit down and talk about my ideas or a project that I'm thinking of and get their input and even their help in actually executing that experiment. I'm able to do things that other people at universities that aren't in the med center or that aren't as medically focused wouldn't even think of being able to do in their research. And so it's been something that's really driven my research forward and allowed me to think further past what I'm just doing right now. How could this impact a patient in 2 years or in 10 years? And then actually getting to see that happen with clinical trials or with other like collaborations. I think one of the coolest things about Baylor is that they value differences of opinions. And so especially looking at what we want to do after our PhDs. As I've been here at Baylor, I've been shown all of these other paths that are open to PhDs. I've started tapping into the Career Development Center here at Baylor, and that's been very helpful. Learning about what I need to do to develop my own skills to potentially make me ready for any of these possible careers.